Hello everybody. In this video, Monty and I would like to tell you two little stories about being on lookout duty. Wouldn't we, Monty? Yes, okay. The first one, I think is quite funny. Don't you, Monty? Yes. And the other one is not so funny. Is it, Monty? No. No, it isn't. No, okay. So anyway, we'll go on with the first one. I was up on lookout, and it was we were in the Pacific, weren't we? Yes. And it was a dead calm night, absolutely calm. There was no wind around the ship at all because the ship was travelling at the same speed as the wind was following us. It was very, very warm. We were in the tropics. All the bridge house windows were open, and I was up on lookout. Now it is customary, and this is what happened on our ship, the Kaya, that the person on the bell, on the wheel, rang the bell. So it's one bell for 12:30, two bells for 1 o'clock, 3 bells for 1:30, and so on until the end of the watch at 4 o'clock, when it's 8 bells. And the person on lookout then turns round, checks the navigation lights to make sure they're all working, and then repeats the bell rings. So 1 bell, bing bing, so 2 bells, that's two bells, ding ding. And then you shout out, "Lights are bright and all is well, sir." But this particular night, yeah, I know, I'm going to tell them now. This particular night, I turned around and shouted, "Light your pipe and go to hell, sir." I did, yeah. And anyway, after the watch was over, the chap that was on the wheel at the time, he said to me, yeah, I know what he said. He said, "You know, Mike," or Bob, I was not known as then, "Bob, you could have been standing next to the officer when you shouted that. It was so loud in the wheelhouse." But anyway, nothing was said. And he did, I don't know whether he lit his pipe or not. Did he light his pipe? Oh, okay. Fine. The second story is not so funny at all, is it? No. And it's sad, and I'm not going to mention the name of the cadet, but one of the cadets was caught asleep on lookout, and his punishment was pretty horrendous because it was considered to be a very, very serious offence. And his punishment was, yeah, I'm going to tell him now, to stand from 12 o'clock midnight until 4 o'clock in the morning on top of an egg box turned on edge, on the end, on the wing of the bridge. And that's a horrible punishment. And that was on top of all his normal work duty. And so for the ship's log, I wrote a little poem, didn't I? Yes. When you are up on lookout, upon the forecastle head, here are 2 little helpful hints on where to make your bed. On the boards beneath the capping, if not too hard for you, or when it gets quite windy, there's behind the windlass too. But here's a gentle warning to all who try this skive. If you're hailed by an officer, wake up and look alive, because if you're caught asleep up there, you're surely on the rocks you'll spend a week of 12 to 4 standing on a box.